still got stuff there.
5, 4, 3.
All right, it's 7:30 on this Wednesday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris, and tonight we are talking about everything from no-buy January to how long it's okay to leave stuff at mom and dad's house after you move out. We're also going to talk about sleeping in socks, and I've got strong feelings about that topic. And I want you to share your hot takes on that story and any other one as well. So let's talk about how you can join us live. We're streaming a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always leave some comments in the chat. We'll check those coming up here in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app, on your connected TV or one of those fast channels, you can make it a 2-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan that QR code. It'll take you directly to the Zoom room. Just remember to hit mute. We'll bring you into the conversation. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or if you're watching the mobile version of the app on your phone and you can't scan the QR code, I have it pinned at the top of my Instagram profile. You can just head over there, click on that link. Fox 5 Producer Chris is my Instagram. That's also where we're streaming live on TikTok right now. I see Britt, I see Sylvia, and I see a few other people swiping through as we speak. So you can always weigh in there as well. Over on Instagram, we also have our broadcast channel. I've got a link to the Zoom room in there as well. Sometimes we post stories to get the conversation going a little earlier. We'll check in with all of our virtual co-hosts coming up here in just a second. First, though, we got to say hello to my in-studio one. Please welcome back, for the first time this year with me, although I know she's been here already this year, please welcome Lit 106 host and media personality, Khadijah Corey. Welcome back, Khadijah. Thank you so much for being here.
First of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, new dad.
New dad, new title coming in. Producer Papa Chris.
I love that.
That's right. Thank you for coming in and braving the cold.
Jacket on, scarf on,
it's
hats
no
on.
joke.
It's freezing.
This might just be the precursor because we're keeping an eye on that chance for a winter storm this weekend.
I want to know how bad it's going to get.
We'll have more on that coming up at 8 o'clock here on Fox Local, 9 o'clock here on Fox Local, 10 o'clock here. It's going to be the huge story for the several days. In the meantime, though, we've got some other stuff to talk about.
Let's
you ready to dive in?
I love it.
All right, let's do it. Believe it or not, we are already 3 weeks exactly into the year 2026, this new year. And for a lot of people, that means the light at the end of the tunnel if they were doing dry January.
Okay.
If it's been a challenge. However, alcohol, not the only thing people give up in the month of January. Apparently, it's also no-buy January. Have you heard of this?
I have not. Oh, like no shopping.
No shopping. Ooh. Yes, not buying anything in the month of January. Apparently, it's more popular than ever. The Wall Street Journal says Google searches for no-buy January hit a 5-year high this year. Gen Zers and millennials fueling the surge. This is a huge social media trend. Some fans of the movement are trying to curb their non-essential spending amid inflation and economic uncertainty. Obviously, that's a big thing for a lot of people. Others are just looking for a financial reset or looking to embrace mindful consumption. Obviously, this comes on the heels of like the holiday shopping season, so people may have stretched themselves a little thin as well. But this idea of no-buy January, Khadijah, do you like it or not?
I actually do like that. I don't think it's a problem. You actually have to recover from the holidays, so I do get that. And then it's kind of like, let me set the tone in the first month of the year so I'm not just splurging and going kind of crazy, especially if I just did some serious damage in December. So I'm not against that. I like that. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, you like it, but have you been able to stick to it?
Okay, only one thing I have been able to stick to, no Starbucks.
Okay.
So I think that counts.
That counts,
I think that counts.
You've made a sacrifice.
I did. No Starbucks.
Christina, what is it? I want to get the title right. The Luxury Liaison. Welcome to the Lion Zoom Room. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, girl.
Hello. Hey, girlfriend.
All right, so no buy January. Do you like it or not, and could you stick to it?
I respect it. I can respect anyone who makes that decision to kind of like cut down on their spending. I'm assuming that if they're cutting down on their spending and they're saving up for something major. And like Khadijah said, we do a lot of damage in December and the holiday months. I did not do no buy January, but anyone who has set that, goal for themselves and they're sticking to it, more power to them.
More power to them. Jay Roxy is in the Lion Zoom Room. Jay Roxy, welcome.
Hey, how are you, cousin?
Hey, cousin.
Where are you watching from, Jay Roxy?
I am in Dover, Delaware.
Dover, Delaware.
That's
All right, that's a
right.
new one for us. All right, so no by January. No by January. Do you like it or not?
I do like it because we do a lot of damage actually before December starts. Some of us start shopping probably about November and go through December. And I still shop a little bit in January, but I think it's a good thing to taper off and recover.
All right, Sean's in the Lion Zoom room. Sean, do you like the idea of no by January? And crucially here, would you be able to stick to it? No shopping, no spending money on anything besides like food and necessities.
Essentials.
Essentials.
I'd rather just buy some, just to be on the safe side, just to be sure.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's fair. Allison's in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Allison, welcome back as always. No by January.
Hey,
No
Allison,
by
hi.
January.
No, Chris, not for me. I'm a recovering shopaholic. I'm not all the way recovered yet. And I do like to shop. And also, too, after Christmas is when the best sales. You can get Christmas trees for 80% off, and all boots and stuff start going on sale. This is when the best sales really start to happen. So I could not participate with this. I just did dry January instead.
Okay, that's fair, and congratulations on that. More power to you. I saw David giving you some props on that idea. Our financially responsible David. David doesn't like the idea of no by January, right?
100%. January is you got to buy. Buy low, sell high, and you got all the sales in January. Buy up everything. Allison had it right. Stole my answer, but yeah, buy.
Okay, David and Allison agree. Not always, but on this one, they definitely do. I like it in theory. I have been in sort of the situation before where you're like fresh off the holidays, then you have a partner whose birthday is in January, and then Valentine's Day is in February. It is a money suck. So I love this idea. On the other hand, as a father of an 18-day-old, that Amazon delivery truck has been at my door every single day. Because at any given moment, you're like, oh no, we're out of this, we need this. No, so not for me. All right, speaking of stuff, this is one we talked about in the headlines. When you move out of your parents' house, it's possible you may have left some things behind, some childhood toys, some mementos, some sports memorabilia. Maybe you had those trophies from Little League. Maybe you have like the homework that you did in like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, maybe high school, maybe college. How long can you leave all of that at home? One person joked on social media, quote, parents love to be like, hello, child, I love you. By the way, I need you to come by and get every object from your childhood bedroom. Otherwise, I'm throwing it out. So, Khadijah, keeping stuff at mom and dad's even after you move out, do you like this or not?
I actually have no problem with it. I think it is okay to a certain extent. For example, of course, all of my childhood things my mom wants to keep in store and keep it for a keepsake, if you will, right? But then if it's things that are current, we're in a day and age where some of these apartments aren't too big.
No.
So my closet is about this big. So I still need to use the closet back at my mom's house because I have no space to put everything else, and I'm not putting it in storage so it can't get all dusty.
Yeah, exactly. I lived in studio apartments or shared one-bedroom apartments for like the last 25 years. I didn't have a basement. My parents have a basement. Why the hell would I take old? But I will say, at one point, I did have like all of those like old college like notebooks and everything like that. And then my apartment flooded and all of it got damaged. And being able to throw all that stuff away was like a godsend. That flood was like a godsend because it freed me from just hauling that crap.
You a hoarder?
No, I'm not a hoarder,
Okay,
but it was
all
just
right.
like those sort of things where you're like, I feel weird throwing this away. It was years of like my life and work and stuff like that.
I
But
get
why
that.
am I moving it from apartment to apartment to apartment to Anyway, I do still have stuff at my parents' house, but I will say one of the most recent times my parents came down, my dad came down with like a plastic bag, and inside of it, inside of that plastic bag were like playbills from high school musicals that I was not in. I had just gone to. And for some reason, he thought I wanted those in my house now. But basically, I know that man, and I know deep down this was his way of saying, here, you throw this away. I'm not going to do it, so then I'm not the bad guy. You throw it away. So you take it. All right, Chad's in the Zoom room. Chad and Mute Laura in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Chad, keeping stuff at mom and dad's. We've met your mother. Do you still have stuff in her house?
Not much. They're a little bit of a hoarder situation over there, but they did throw away my bodybuilding trophies at one point. She's got her voice back, and she has something to say.
I do. So my parents have a whole entire storage unit that's like dedicated to my stuff. And when I go over there, my mom brings like bins of like old schoolwork. Like, can you look through this and see what you'd like to keep? And I'm like, it's from kindergarten. I don't need it.
That's even worse because it's not a storage unit means they are paying by the month to store your crap. Oh my goodness gracious! Melissa's in the Zoom room tonight, and Melissa may be on the road. She's on the go tonight.
I actually just finished teaching a yoga class, and I'm actually at the VFW in Suitland. I'm about to go and have a drink and dance a little bit.
All right.
Some go-go. Hey, Khadijah, how you doing?
Hey, girlfriend.
So I have memorabilia from, when I was in kindergarten, and I also have memorabilia from my kids as well. I don't keep anything at my parents' house. I don't talk to my dad. He's a deadbeat. He left us when I was 10 years old. So I, definitely didn't keep anything there. But my mom downsized. Like Khadijah says, everything is very small nowadays. And so we didn't have the opportunity to, have a storage or a basement or an attic to keep things like that. But yes, I do have memorabilia that I can reflect back and say, wow, I did this in kindergarten, or, oh, my daughter did, a pottery in first grade. So it's nice to keep, but you got to be, you got to limit. You got to limit yourself. Cause
you definitely got to limit
yourself. It'll take up space.
I know that my parents still have some of my 12-inch G.I. Joe guys from when I was 6 years old in a box in the basement. And you never know. They could be worth big money
That's
someday.
what I'm thinking, So
Yes,
don't throw away.
Yes, they can.
Don't throw away the things.
I do actually have an apple. You remember the Fisher Price apple that when you shaked it, it went krung, 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 krung.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I have pictures from the 1970s in my crib with that same apple. And my mom is like, why are you still holding on to that? I'm like, that was my toy.
There you go. I respect it. Christina's in the Zoom room, and Christina looks like she's also on the go tonight. Where are you? Where are you headed?
I'm in the Wegmans parking lot, in the garage, getting in my order in my car. Thank you.
Are you shopping for the essentials before the snow, stocking up on bread and toilet paper and water?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, inside of this Wegmans, it was bare. You think the snow was coming tonight.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is going on here?
That's right, we're doing our job. We're scaring everybody well.
Yeah, all the carts are gone. It's crazy out here. Yes, I was like, let me get some stuff. But yeah, no, I don't have anything at my parents' house anymore. I did when I was in college, and then slowly, my mom, just like, everyone else, hey, here's your cheerleading outfit, here's your yearbook, here's all your stuff. So I was like, all right, I guess it's my turn to take all this stuff, and then you end up throwing it out. Not all of it. Like the yearbook, I kept that.
Okay.
Right.
But
I was gonna say,
I don't know where that cheerleading outfit is.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought Eddie maybe contacted your mom and was like, send that home with her. All right, guys, keep the comments coming on that story over on our YouTube page. We'll check that coming up in just a little bit. All right, speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, that's that line that we see in TV and movies at weddings all the time. I don't know if they really ever do that. I've never been at a wedding where that has been an option, let alone do I know if have you ever been?
I haven't
Okay.
either. I haven't experienced
If
that.
you have, let me know. I'm fascinated to know whether that's ever been a real thing. Anyway, it's not just a line for a wedding, apparently, because for some couples, it extends into the marriage because they say there is a statute of limitations on gripes with your partner. Basically, if they do something to piss you off, you only have 24 hours to bring it up. Don't let it fester and then bring it up a week later. The viral 24-hour rule says, like I said, you must bring up whatever your partner did to annoy you within 24 hours or you have to let it go forever. Some couples swear by it and say it has prevented resentment from festering. However, critics say it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all rule. So, Khadijah, the 24-hour rule for relationship fights, do you like this or not?
I actually do like that. So you're saying I have 24 hours to bring up something that you may have done to me.
Yeah, so if I did something on Tuesday that annoyed you, you can't bring it up on Friday.
Okay, yeah.
By Wednesday, you have to address said behavior.
Yeah.
You could shelve it and say, hey, listen, I want to talk about this at some point.
Okay.
It annoyed me.
Okay. I do like that. I
Yeah.
do like that because I do that with my own friends, so I think it makes sense. Because no one wants to be bringing up something that happened 3 months ago because now I don't even remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I totally understand with bringing it up. Just maybe you got to sit, harbor, think about it like, wait, did that just happen? Then I'll bring it up. And just like you said, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know what? I do want to bring something up to you, but let me just sit and think about it to make sure I'm not overthinking it if that's the case. So I don't think that's an issue. I'd say go ahead.
It feels very emotionally responsible. I'm going to call on some of the couples that I know in the Zoom room tonight. So, Christina, I'll start with you. Do you like this rule?
I love it. Yeah, we that's what me and Eddie do. We don't harbor it. We don't fester. We don't let things fester. We just address it right then and there. There's nothing we're sweeping under the rug. You can't bring up old stuff. No old stuff. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. That way you just move on. Unless it's something major, and you have to keep working through it. Yeah, I say let that thing die.
All right, Chad and Laura.
If you're not going to care about it in 5 years, don't spend 5 minutes on it.
I like that.
That's a great rule and one I'm going to write down and hopefully remember. Chad and Laura, do you like the 24-hour rule?
So the only 24-hour rule in our household, and it actually does cause fights, is Chad has a statute of limitations on food in the fridge. If it's been in there for 24 hours, it's his automatically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a little bit in a doghouse today because of last night's mini bang comment.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
You guys remember the mini bang?
Yeah, we remember it. We remember, Chad. For those of you who
Remember, Chad, what was it? Say it again.
It's what he called his sex life, David. David, do you like the 24-hour rule?
Do not be fooled. No man should ever be fooled that a woman will adhere to this rule. 3 years will go by. You'll be in your wife will say, "Do you remember the family picnic when you took the fork out of the basket?" And no. So that rule will never work. On a more serious note, I generally think it's bad if something's bothering one partner or the other in a relationship, whether it's 24 hours or not. Best to reconcile and remedy that problem rather than let it sit.
Rather than let it sit. Yeah, resentment ruins everything. All right, guys, if you're a regular watcher of Do You Like It or Not, you know that I have a habit of butchering the word water, okay? that is my Philly coming out every single time. Jim has had counts of how many times I've said it and how many times I've butchered it. But apparently, I'm the exception to the rule because experts say regional accents are actually starting to disappear. Researchers at the University of Georgia reporting a steady decline, in particular, the Southern drawl in each new generation. Language professors point to young adults spending multiple hours on social media every day as one possible cause, saying the phenomenon is turning everyone into digital copycats. They claim in today's era, Gen Z and younger people are being taught what to like, who to follow, and what to wear from strangers on the internet, and apparently that also extends to how to speak. So Khadijah, no more regional accents. Do you like this or not? Everybody's sounding the same. Now, as a radio person and as a TV person, they usually encourage people to kind of have a very nondescript way of speaking. So do you like that extending to everyone?
I think it's really cool to kind of hear a different accent. It lets me know, like, oh my God, where you from? I would like to get to know more. Or it's more of a cultural thing or something like that. But everyone sounding the same or like that monotone flat thing, I don't like that. I don't think it's cool. I mean, I can understand like trends and, catching on to certain things. But everybody sounding alike, no. I want to hear different regions, what parts of the world you from. I would like to know so I can go visit and explore that too.
Yeah, I agree with that very much. Jay Roxy in the Lion Zoom room. Jay Roxy, do you like the idea of regional accents disappearing?
No, I don't. I don't sound like I'm a New Yorker, and I'm a New Yorker.
Exactly.
Because I went in the military and I've traveled around the world, so I lost my accent sounding like a New Yorker. I sound more like a Southerner, from what I'm told.
Okay.
So when I go home, they're like, "You don't sound like you're from New York," and I'm like, "I know I don't, but I am truly a New Yorker with a Southern accent."
Exactly, cousin.
Well, we know another New Yorker in the Lion Zoom room, even though she lives in Maryland now. Melissa, you're not giving up that accent, right?
Me and Bob Barnard had this discussion, and I'm sorry, but the newer generations, yes, they're locked into these phones and internet and all that stuff, but Bob Barner and I, our accents came out real quick once we started talking to each other. But you would never know when he's on TV or when I'm talking to someone in a crisis. You would never know. But when two New Yorkers get together or two people from the same place get together, the accents come out and it will never die out. Now, I don't know if it's a Gen X or a Boomer thing, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I will never lose my accent. I can tone it down a little bit, but me and Bob Barner, we will never lose our accents. I'm sorry.
It's a little like code switching.
It is.
The luxury liaison.
Very much so.
Luxury liaison. Where are you watching us from, by the way?
I'm in Charles County, Maryland.
Okay. Do you have a regional accent? Do you think you have a regional accent? And do you like the idea of them disappearing?
I don't like the idea of them disappearing. I'm born and raised in Washington, D.C. So, of course, I'm a realtor. So I try to speak eloquently and professionally, right? But when I'm around people, whenever I travel, I always get, hold on, where are you from? And so I do think that here in the DMV, we do have a very distinct accent. I can hear it when I move around and I'm traveling. I can always say, you're from DC. We have a way of speaking, and I love that. And I think that it's important that we keep that. I think it's like Khadijah said, it's culture, and it's specific. We all are here to be different. So I don't want our regional accents disappearing.
No, I
And
agree.
it makes you unique.
Exactly. Embrace
Yeah.
the differences. I mean, I think it's a really interesting thing. Can you imagine someone from Boston not having that god-awful Boston accent? I kid because I love. And if Tony P was here, I would say that to his face. All right, keep the comments coming on all the stories we've talked about so far. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the never-ending winter debate. It may extend beyond winter for some of you, but wearing socks to bed.
Yikes.
Do you like it or not? We'll be right back.
What's going on? 2, 1.
Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Wednesday hump day night. This is the part of the show where we like to check the YouTube comments, and Laura was coming in hot, mocking me already. Before I even got to the story about regional accents, she said that I will be stocking up on water before the storm. West Virginia Ben says, my parents had a few things of mine, but nothing big. Don't hold it in, talk about it, don't go to bed angry. Good advice, 24-hour rule. West Virginia Ben also says that I heard Hasselhoff say water on Knight Rider. Not sure. Jim just tells me he's from Baltimore, so close enough. Laura says, I have a Western U.S. accent, but I'm gaining a Maryland accent. I say things like, Merry Christmas now. Please send help. Oh! Ooh! Rough. Keep the New Mexico. All right, let's move on, and we're going to dive into this never-ending winter debate that I mentioned. People feel very passionate about this topic. We've talked about it on the shows before, not necessarily this one, but here at Fox 5. Should you wear socks to sleep? Apparently, the New York Times Wirecutter team says yes, you absolutely should. Definitely be sleeping with socks on, and here's why. They say it will help you fall asleep faster. That's because the brain interprets warm skin as a signal that it's okay to drift off. Now, like I said, people feel passionately about this topic. If you hate the idea of wearing socks in bed, though, experts say a heating pad at the foot of the bed, a heated blanket, or a nightly foot-soaking ritual can also help. Khadijah, are you team socks in bed or no socks in bed?
Yikes. I am team no socks in bed. One, because I already have a heated blanket, so I use that to wrap up. And then two, I was told you only wear socks when you're sick. You got to put the Vicks on there, you put the socks on and sweat it out.
I've heard that as well.
So that's when I wear socks.
Don't people put like onions in their socks too? When
They probably do, but I've never tried that one.
Did I make that up? Yeah, I've never tried that as well. Christina's shaking her head yes. Christina, team socks or no socks?
I'm saying no socks. I have a bed ritual. Like I have to get in the bed under my nice warm covers and rub my feet together. That just like activates my sleep. So I like to have no socks on in bed. And then I feel like I regulate my temperature. If I get too warm, then I kick one foot out of the comforter, out of the blanket. If I feel cold, then I need to put my feet back in. So socks would just throw everything off.
Yeah, Jim and I were both singing the Hokey Pokey there. You put J. Roxy, team socks or no socks?
I am team socks. I wear hoodies at night.
Team socks. All right, David, I'm going to call on you. Now, is it a rite of passage for some people where instead of wearing socks, they warm their feet up by sticking them on you and making you freezing cold?
Yep.
That's a good one. But I tell you, Chris, what kind of degenerate would wear socks to bed? No, you gotta take your socks off. Let them feet breathe.
Yeah.
Let those tootsies breathe. I don't know. I can't tell by Melissa's reaction whether she's team socks or no socks.
Listen, my feet make me some source of income, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna do everything I can to keep them silk and smooth. I rub them with oil, and I keep socks on when I'm in bed. I do not walk barefooted unless I'm teaching yoga, but no, I am team socks all the way. I gotta keep my feet pretty. And yeah, I gotta take care of my feet. Sorry.
All right, we've got two team sock people in the Zoom room. Allison, we're oversharing. Let us know. Team socks or no socks?
Socks in the wintertime when it's cold, and they do actually keep your feet moisturized. If you put some moisturizer on and put socks on, they'll be a lot softer. So I do that only in the winter.
All right, Sean, let's get another guy's opinion here. Team socks or no socks?
No socks. I just get like a heated blanket to cover it up.
Yeah, I think that's a good one too. Freddie's showing off his socks. Freddie's showing off his feet.
Exactly. Hi, Khadijah. How you doing?
Hi, Freddie.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yes, I am wearing my socks right now. It's when I go to bed, my bed's right there, and I'm gonna put my blanket on and I'm ready to sleep with it.
And the socks stay on?
Exactly. Yep.
All right. We've got another team socks fan, Christina. Christina, are you team socks or no socks? And is Eddie team socks or no socks?
I'm team socks in the winter, and I agree with put it on with moisturizer. Eddie's calling me now. I put it on with moisturizer, and it keeps my feet nice and soft and beautiful. So I'm team socks in the winter. Summertime, no socks. Eddie's always no socks. You can't wear socks.
Yeah, I'm with Eddie on this one. I'm with all of the no socks people. There's nothing that drives, unless I accidentally fall asleep fully clothed. There is no way on earth that I am purposely.
Twiddle my toes. I need to twiddle.
Yeah, I'm like you, one foot out and one foot in, and it's a whole process. All right, thank you to everyone who joined us in the Lion Zoom room tonight. I got to see a few new faces, and I appreciate it as always. Khadijah, thank you so much. Remind people where they can tune in and check you out, Lit 106.
Follow me on Instagram, about.Khadijah. Listen on Lit 106 Radio every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., right with Autumn Joy Live. You guys know. And Christina. Make sure you guys are tuned in.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, First, though, coming up next, we'll have more on that winter storm making its way towards the DMV. We're talking timing, we're talking totals, and we're talking people like Christina heading out to the store for all of the bread, water, and toilet paper. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Tony P will be back. We'll have more on the forecast. We'll check in with the team from Fox Weather. We're also going to have highlights from the recent Consumer Electronics Showcase out in Las Vegas. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night. For producer Jim, I'm producer Chris. We'll see you tomorrow.